So a genre that's really been sort of exploding in the last few years, on it, thanks to the indie movement, I have to say, is the sort of the arena-based 2D action platformer kind of game, and a game that's coming out now that's a little bit different than anything we've seen before is Extreme Exorcism. And first of all, can you tell us what the concept is?
Yeah, sure. Extreme Exorcism is an arena platformer where all of your actions come back to haunt you. You're tasked with ridding this house full of haunted spirits, and you're given all these weapons to do so, like rocket launchers and grenade launchers and swords. But the trick is that every time you kill a ghost, another one comes back that copies all of your movements. So we're just giving you all of these ghosts that are really just past versions of yourself, and you make the game as hard as you really want it to be.
That's a really cool idea. How did you come up with it?
So it originally began when we were prototyping a totally different game, and we just wanted a quick AI mechanic before we made actual AI for it, and Mike suggested using this recording idea. And as soon as we had it in, we realized that it was way more fun than the other thing we were trying to make, so we just decided to switch gears and pursue that.
That's wonderful when you have the luxury of doing that, but I guess that's sort of the nature of indie development.
Yeah, it was really great to just really try as many things at once and see what worked and what didn't. And I think that was great about our community too, is that we're surrounded, at least in the indie scene, that you know people who will tell you straight up if a game isn't feeling fun or isn't really great to play. And so we knew at that point with all of our friends and the people we presented it to that it was something really good, and we were excited to pursue it.
So what can you tell us about sort of the art style and the visuals and the setting here?
Sure. So when we started doing it, we were looking for other artists because neither of us are particularly art folks. We had a very early version of this game we showed around a little bit with art that we drew that was not as good. And we found this guy, Johan Vinay, just online, and Mike actually reached out to him to see if he was available, and as it turns out, he was. So he did all this really killer pixel art for us.
I'm just going to say he's really talented at what he does, and he did all of the art, and I'm convinced he practices witchcraft.
Well, that kind of fitting with given the theme of the game, I guess. So, what would you say? You mentioned to me earlier that it's both co-op and deathmatch. What can you expect from that? I mean, co-op, then you're sort of just trying to fight these ghosts and survive as long as possible. What does deathmatch entail?
So deathmatch is a little different in that it's 2 to 4 players fighting against each other, and whoever wins the round is the last man standing, and they get a ghost that actually helps them the next round. So every ghost that you see on screen is actually part of a small army for that one player, and you can amass something really lethal in a short period of time.
That's interesting, because I guess that sort of leads to it being very unbalanced in a way. Is that what you're trying to achieve with that?
Sure. So yeah, most games don't have a positive feedback loop like that, and it's actually something we really enjoy about this because it does encourage players to sort of be like, oh man, green's winning, like we gotta stop attacking each other and deal with green right now. And we also offset it by the fact that it's just 4 rounds to win, so it never slants super, super hard. But even if it does, we give players the exorcism ability and they can remove the ghost. So even though we're giving players a big advantage, there's a lot of ways for that to kind of come back into check.
Because you're going to see if you win a couple of rounds, then the other players will sort of feel a little bit the pressure there that, yeah, this is probably not, we have to band together a little bit, but you know, you still want to win it yourself.
Yeah, we see at cons like this, we definitely see that like rivalry pop up instantaneously. Even if they don't even know each other, they instantly zero in on the person who is in the lead, and it's really great because I think we wanted to make a game that was both chaotic in the game, but also caused chaos on the couch as well.
I guess that's a little bit different also when it's in the couch and you know each other. Then maybe you can team up just because you're mean against someone or something like that, or like he usually is the best in every game, so we'll all team up against him and something like that. But online, of course, it's a little bit different, and then you get that natural thing where people team up against someone who's, yeah, or is it online at all?
Yeah, no. Just to be clear, the multiplayer is local only. We will have online leaderboards, so for single player and co-op, you can post your scores against other players online. But if you're playing the multiplayer, you need to have actual friends that you can scream at in person.
I guess it's kind of inherent with the kind of game. I mean, potentially you could play it online as well, but it is sort of more fun to play it with people next year.
Yeah, and it's part of that resurgence you were talking about, in that, you know, I don't think you necessarily need to have an internet connection to have a good game. You can really just bring some friends over, you know, have a good time, and just spend the night screaming at each other and hunting ghosts. Nothing's more fun than that, right?
So where's the development at the moment? How far have you come?
Right now, the game is pretty much feature complete. We're going through some QA testing right now and some translation, as well as another art pass on the game. But the core mechanic of the game is pretty much set in stone. And aside from any major bugs we might find, you know, thanks to some we found today here at PAX, we're going to fix those.
Keep me busy.
Yeah, it's going to come out hopefully sometime this year.
And what platforms are you targeting?
So we're confirmed for Steam, PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
That's pretty much all we need, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's coming out sometime before 2015, and check us out on goldenrubygames.com.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Thanks a lot.